So GPT-5 has just been released and I wanted to show you how to combine it with 11 Music to create some incredible music. And today we're going to be using GPT-5 to create better initial prompts to create incredible music faster. So usually in 11 Music, I would have a prompt just like this, a song that makes the viewer feel inspired about the opportunity of life. However, if we go to GPT-5, I would paste this, and at the beginning of the prompt, I would type out write an 11 Music prompt. And so I'm asking GPT-5 to now create an 11 Music prompt, so I have a more structured and detailed prompt that I could then go and edit before submitting it to GPT-5. And so if I hit send, as you can see, we now have our prompt that goes into more depth and detail describing the song that we want to create. And what's cool is I could go ahead and edit this and change this. But if I go to a new chat and I paste in the prompt that we just tried, and then this time I include rules to follow and I paste these in below, I'm now going to get a much better structured prompt for 11 Music. And so if I click send, you'll notice that we're now getting a structured and detailed prompt for 11 Music with the genre and style, the mood that we want the track to feel, the tempos, we've got the specific BPM here, and then we've got the instrumentation and even the structure. And you'll notice it's giving us like the intro from 0 to 20 seconds, the build from 20 to 45 seconds. And these are things that 11 Music can follow. And so if I go ahead and copy this and then paste it into 11 Music, we now have a structured and detailed prompt that's a lot easier for me to edit. So for an example, here we've got a range of 110 to 120 BPM, but let's say I wanted it to be 110 BPM, I could keep it at that exactly. If I didn't want any electric guitar, I could also remove the electric guitar. And at the bottom, you'll notice that we're giving the actual purpose of the music, and this helps 11 Music have context as to what it should be creating for. And now if I click generate, 11 Music is creating a song based on the detailed prompt we've just given it. And now remember, first of all, for the intro, it said 0 to 20 seconds. And now if we have a look right here, the intro finishes at 20 seconds. So let's just play this. As you can see, that feels inspiring and uplifting, which is what I was originally asking for. And the great thing about having this incredible one-shot prompt, like I mentioned, is I can go ahead and edit it and tweak it as much as I like. And so instead of adjusting it within the timeline, I could go back to my one-shot prompt and edit section by section through text, which I also want to mention you can do directly within 11 Music because you can interact with the song in multiple different ways. So you could either continue editing the song by prompting it, you can adjust the sections in the timeline, you can even edit sections here, remove lyrics, you can include styles and exclude styles that you want your track to have, and you can also do that individually for each specific section. But creating better prompts using GPT-5 is a great way to fine-tune your music less. Because when you do simple one-shot prompts like uplifting song, if we click generate, the output we're going to get is going to be a lot more unpredictable compared to the structure of the really detailed prompt that we gave it. Because when we gave it intro from 0 to 20 seconds, we got an intro that was exactly 0 to 20 seconds with the exact instruments that we were asking for. And so as you can see, we now have a song being made from this simple one-shot prompt, which is actually only 2 words, which is uplifting song. And the output we'll get is a lot less predictable because I might have wanted an uplifting song for my cinematic montage with no lyrics, but here we've got lyrics. Whereas if we actually go back to the previous song that we made, in the prompt, we specified no lyrics, just R's and O's. And in 11 Music, we had no lyrics with just R's and O's. But let's just listen to the song we generated from the 2 words uplifting song.
Woke up to a sunrise, painting gold across the sky. All the shadows fade when I lift my eyes.
So this is an uplifting song, but not at all what I had in mind. And now what I really like about creating prompts within GPT-5 is, let's say I was really happy with the structure, but I decide that the actual tone of the song for my montage is off. I want it to be more of a rock song. And GPT-5 is now much better at creativity. And so it's helping me turn this creative uplifting song into a creative rock song while keeping the original essence of wanting it to be uplifting and cinematic. And so now, once this is finished, I go ahead and copy this, and then in 11 Music, I paste the new prompt for the rock song. And here again, I could go ahead and make some tweaks and changes. So the tempo, mid-tempo, I could actually make this, let's just say I want it to be something a little bit crazy and do 104 BPM. Now I have no idea what 104 BPM cinematic rock music is going to sound like, but let's give it a try. That's what I love about 11 Music, is that you can create totally new genres that don't necessarily exist. So we just click generate, and now the song's being created. And the very first thing you'll notice in the style tags that we include is we've got inspirational arena rock, right? And empowering and instrumental, because again, we didn't want lyrics. So let's click play and see what this sounds like. This is already sounding like the outro song to a cinematic masterpiece. Okay, so this sounds good, but it takes 47 seconds to get to like the main groove, and so the intro and the build is quite long. So what I could do is just go back and paste the same prompt in again, except this time we adjust the timing. So let's say I want my intro to only be 5 seconds, and then the build will take it from 05 to 10 seconds. So we're going with something quite quick here. And then the main groove is actually going to start from 10 seconds onwards. And these simple changes have now adjusted the structure to our song, but this causes a small problem that I'm going to get to in just a second. So let's listen to it. So as you can see, we've now got a new structure, but I'm not a big fan of the new version. I don't like how it sounds. When you've created the perfect one-shot prompt and you've got a song that you like the sound of, but you want to change the structures, this is when you would go into the 11 Music timeline and start tweaking it manually from here. So for example, we've got the intro I really like, but I want it to be shorter. So I could bring it down from 20 seconds and let's say just make this 5. Same with the build. I could bring the build down and have it only be 10 seconds long. And so now we'll get to the main groove faster. And so you'll notice in the prompt box here, we've got the changes that I've just made and we need to regenerate it. So now I click generate and we're getting a second version of this song. So it's going to sound like the same song, but with the adjusted structure. And so now if we click play, as you can see, we get to the main essence of the song a lot faster. So when I'm creating music for content, it's really nice to be able to edit the structure and the duration of a certain section so I can match it to my content perfectly. And now another use case that I can use GPT-5 for to create music with 11 Music is the following. So I don't know much about music, but let's say I want some stems, or I want like an instrumental for me to be able to play along to, or I want to create some music that I can bring in and edit within a DAW. Here, I've written, create a one-shot prompt for 11 Music jazz piano in a certain key that I can play guitar to, be specific. And this time around, like I mentioned earlier, I'm just gonna actually copy and paste the link to the prompting guide, which is going to be in the description down below. And now, if I click send, GPT-5 is using the prompting guide as context to help craft the 11 Music prompt to create this specific stem. As you see, it's given me the suggested one-shot prompt. And so I'm going to copy it, and it's put specific chord progressions in there. And I don't know enough about music to be able to say if this is good or not, but the results that I've had from this and that Mark from ElevenLabs has also had have been incredible. And if you haven't seen his demo where he creates some incredible stems from 11 Music, you should definitely check that out. But let me go and paste this into 11 Music. Now we just click generate. And now I'm just going to click play. That is how to create some incredible music using GPT-5 to create some one-shot prompts for 11 Music. And thanks to GPT-5, I've been creating some incredible sounds and songs because I don't have enough knowledge to be able to craft these incredible prompts. But combining the two, you get some great results. Now, if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching.